All right, let's dive right into this explainer and look at how SuperCloud Composer can absolutely transform your server power management. Look, if you're managing an IT facility, you already know that keeping everything running efficiently is, frankly, a massive undertaking. So today, we're going to unpack exactly how this platform takes all the guesswork right out of that equation.
But before we get into the nuts and bolts of the solution, we have to stop and ask ourselves, how much energy is your data center actually wasting right now? It's notoriously hard to pin down, right? Hidden capital and operational expenses are just quietly draining facilities through inefficient power usage. In a lot of ways, we're basically turning our racks into very, very expensive space heaters. It isn't just about keeping the lights on anymore. It's really about what those lights are costing your bottom line.
So here's our quick roadmap for today. We'll start with the Data Center Power Challenge. Then we'll see how this platform acts as your passport to intelligence. After that, we'll take a look inside the PDU console, break down the big benefits and deployments, go over the licensing structure, and finally show you how to start your journey.
Okay, let's kick things off with Section 1, the Data Center Power Challenge.
We're all pretty familiar with the old way of doing things, right? You're stuck juggling fragmented vendor tools, doing manual asset tracking, and dealing with massive blind spots when it comes to your actual energy usage. Well, SuperCloud Composer fixes that by giving you a true single pane of glass. You get this totally unified experience with rich, real-time analytics, so you're no longer just guessing about what's happening inside your racks. Moving right along to Section 2, your passport to intelligence.
You know, the official data sheet literally calls this your passport to an intelligent power data center. And honestly, that hits the nail on the head. It's all about transitioning your infrastructure away from this static, reactive state where you feel like you're just constantly putting out fires into a highly intelligent, composable environment where you're proactively managing your entire power footprint. So the real magic here happens inside the PDU console module. If you think of a power distribution unit as basically the ultimate enterprise-grade smart power strip, this module is the heart of the system. It collects vital physical asset info and harvests up to the second sensor data directly from those PDUs. That means you are suddenly empowered to make really critical energy decisions in real time.
All right, part 3. Let's actually take a look inside the PDU console.
Check this out. Instead of sifting through endless spreadsheets trying to find a device, the system uses this really clean hierarchical tree view. This lets you instantly navigate to the exact physical location of any PDU within a specific rack. It's totally visual, it's intuitive, and it's going to save you an incredible amount of time.
And getting things hooked up is a breeze. You use a streamlined API setup to just easily configure and add that specific PDU appliance right into your pod view. You essentially hit save and boom, that PDU is instantly registered and fully ready for comprehensive lifecycle management. Once you're connected, you get this incredibly detailed outlet list. And this isn't just for monitoring. It actually gives you the flexibility to perform granular power on and off control for specific physical appliances right from your desk. You literally have total command over the power state of your data center, right down to the individual socket. Plus, to keep things simple, your vital sensor data is displayed in these clear at-a-glance gauges. We're talking precise, real-time readouts for temperature, humidity, and load states. Having all this visualized means you can spot anomalies the second they happen and keep your racks operating at peak efficiency. But, it's not just about what's happening right this exact second. By aggregating all this historical data, the console actually gives you predictive analytics. This is how you accurately track trends and drastically improve your power usage effectiveness, which is just the ratio of your total facility energy to your IT equipment energy. It basically turns your raw data into strategic foresight.
Okay, Section 4, big benefits and frictionless deployments.
Let's talk about how these deployments actually play out. These frictionless deployment features work together to just eliminate manual bottlenecks. You have zero-touch provisioning for instant network configuration. But what's absolutely huge is the use of industry-standard northbound Redfish APIs, which is essentially the universal language for server management. This allows the engine to seamlessly orchestrate your cloud workloads. Furthermore, the scope of what you can manage is massive. From top-of-rack switches down to GPU and storage performance metrics, it handles the whole shebang. And crucially, you aren't locked into some walled garden here. It supports a wide, multi-generation range of super microservers and even offers robust third-party vendor support, bringing your entire infrastructure under one intelligent umbrella. So what does all this actually mean for you? Well, these data-driven decisions and dynamic scaling capabilities translate directly into massive savings in both your capital and operational expenses. By optimizing what we call a composable disaggregated infrastructure, which is really just a fancy way of saying you treat your hardware as flexible pools of resources, your data center runs leaner, smarter, and definitely cheaper.
All right, part 5, the licensing structure.
Honestly, the licensing is super straightforward. You've got a monitor tier for single system activation, an advanced DCMS tier that unlocks advanced baseboard management features, and right at the top, a fully functional, completely free 90-day trial license so you can test drive the whole thing.
Which brings us to our final section. Start your intelligent journey.
If you're the type who wants to really get into the weeds on the rich analytics, the telemetry, and the security compliance we touched on today, just scan this code. It'll take you straight to the full SuperCloud Composer white paper so you can grab all the technical details. Or if you're ready to just jump right in and get hands-on, scan this code instead. It takes you directly to the product page where you can apply for that free 90-day trial license we just talked about. You can literally experience this agility and simplicity in your own infrastructure firsthand.
I'll leave you with this final thought. With all the complex demands, the skyrocketing energy costs, and the scaling challenges of today's infrastructure, is your data center merely surviving, or is it truly running intelligently? Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and I highly encourage you to go check out those resources and see the difference for yourself.